Okay, today we'll look at the stateful widgets. What are stateful widgets? So we are going to introduce a new class here, which is like stateful widgets, and how why is it defined in like two classes? So this part is similar to the last video that we have seen, where we have everything as like stateless widgets. Here we are calling the home page, and my home page is a stateful widget. So inside the stateful widget we are just going to have like a configuration, not the actual like state managing logic. Here create state, here the configuration happens. So my home page state is going to manage your state. So the initial value is 0, and here like we have 0 times like when the button is pressed, floating action button. We are saying like when this event happens, increment counter. Then we have this increment counter function, which is a set state as a callback function. This callback function has like count plus plus or counter plus plus. So this is going to increment the value whenever you press on this. So, and we also have like one elevated button. This elevated button, when you press on the elevated button, reset, the count value is actually updated to 0 and it will be reflected on the screen. So stateless widgets are basically used for like dynamic values, like when you have dynamic screens or dynamic data, then stateless widgets are used. So here we have like it is defined in two classes. One is configuration and the other class which is going to handle the actual state managing logic. And how is this happening? Like when an event is triggered, that event handler function, let's say for increment counter is a event handler function on pressed. So when you press it, this function will take place, like it will be executed, and the set state is actually going to update the UI. I mean, change the value, then update the UI or rebuild the widget. So these are the few events that we have, like button events, gesture events, text input for like input when you want to input into a form, like form events, and value change events, navigation events, lifecycle events, async events, and scroll events. These are few events uh, where you can trigger, set state. I think that is all for stateful widgets for today.